Today, we are talking about what else but one of the most iconic things that has ever happened in the history of Swiftyland.
There is something so unfinished about the Bleachella period of time, and that's the gag of Bleachella, is that she kind of threatens it. It's on the horizon.
It's not just bleached hair. It was a lifestyle. It was a summer. It was a mystery. It was a time. It was the best of time. It was the worst of time.
It's the force of nature. It's like Tevu. Welcome back to Evolution of Snake. I'm Zach.
And I'm Madeline.
And we have a very special episode today. It is like a yearly episode, but it's also like a Tay Rewind. I guess it's kind of a combination of the two. We are zooming in on a very iconic moment in Taylor Swift's history. And Madeline, what moment did you collect some bones for?
Ladies and gentlemen, gays and theys, today we are talking about what else but one of the most iconic things that has ever happened in the history of Swiftyland, Bleachella. For those of you who were not there during this time period, you are about to gag like you have never gagged before. You are about to fall down a rabbit hole. This, to me, is the farthest that Taylor has ever strayed from the Taylor that we know. This is the Taylor that I looked at and said, who the hell is that?
Who the was that guy is what I think every single time. And the thing is that, like, I love her. I wish that she hadn't departed from our lives so soon. Like, there is something so unfinished about the Bleachella period of time. And that's the gag of Bleachella, is that she kind of threatens it. It's on the horizon. Like, when Jover was over and the Maddie Healy behaviors were starting, that was the ghost of Bleachella inhabiting her body for a little bit.
Oh, we saw Bleachella during the Maddie interlude. We absolutely saw Bleachella. And I actually had this crazy thought, which was that Bleachella is to Reputation what the Maddie interlude was to, or will be to, The Life of a Showgirl. Watch this space.
Very interesting.
Watch this space.
I'm listening. And also, if you are listening and this happens to come out before one of our London or Dublin shows, and you are attending that show, maybe you want to give this episode a skip until you see us recap Bleachella live. It's not going to be the same content. We're not using the same script. It's going to be a much like briefer overview and more fun and engaging during the show. This is like we're really dialing down on day by day. This is reporting. So if you want to give it a skip, you can, but also know that you're not really going to get that much spoilers. And also, patreon.com/Riftologist, the funnest place to be during the Life of the Showgirl rollout, I'm telling you, is behind the Evolution of Snake Patreon. We've had a huge influx of new people, and we're always tweaking our community membership options, and you need to come and get a little bit of the Swiftologist, of the Lizard Review, and Evolution of Snake. You need it. You want it. Go get it. Patreon.com/Riftologist.
You could literally have it all. Why are you waiting? Why are you waiting?
And there's merch. Evolutionofsnake.com. Hello?
Now that we have effectively shaken the cup, as we must do every single time, let's get into the meat of the matter, ladies and gentlemen. So why did we decide to revisit Bleachella now?
Well, there's an upcoming album called The Life of a Showgirl. I'm sure you've heard of it. And to some, meaning me, I think that the Bleachella era was a time when Taylor Swift was at her most realized version of being a showgirl. A lot of people might say 1989, they might say Reputation, that's the showgirl era, that's the Eras tour, of course, is a great contender, but Bleachella was a period of time in which her personal and professional lives merged in such a chaotic and messy way, and the only way that she knew how to kind of manage that interaction was to go everywhere all the time and dress up and look really and continue to dress up and hit the streets even when her entire career was canceled. The way that she managed to keep posting, always posting through that, was crazy. And I think a lot of Life of a Showgirl is going to be about what happens when the curtain goes down. And I think that Bleachella was a time that we really got to see behind the curtain and watch the mess unfold in real time.
You could say that Bleachella was Taylor's first real showgirl era, before this 2025 showgirl era. Isn't it funny how everything works? So what is Bleachella? Some of you out there may be asking that question. Actually, what's funny, this is like the only time in Swift history this has ever happened, but this is a term that Taylor coined herself. This is not something we came up with. She came up with this. And you know what? I'm saying my hat's off to you, fair lady, because it's genius.
The peroxide entered her brain and she became the most creative girl in the world.
So simply put, Bleachella is she bleached her hair and then went to Coachella. She posted a
It
picture of
sounds so
herself.
stupid when you say it like that.
But it means so much. That's what they don't understand. It's everything.
It's a god.
It's not just bleached hair. It was a lifestyle. It was a summer. It was a mystery. It was a time. It was the best of
moves
times.
all
It was the worst
around
of
you.
times.
It's the force of nature. It's like Tay Voodoo. Actually, Bleachella and Tay Voodoo are linked karmic forces.
They are. Bleachella was the spirit of Tay Voodoo come forth in front of our eyes. That was the physical
snapping back against its owner.
Exactly. So Bleachella was coined when Taylor posted a picture of herself at Coachella wearing a famous bomber jacket with the logo that was featured on Calvin Harris's single cover for This Is What You Came For, and her hair was bleached and she hashtagged it Bleachella. Worth it to note that at this point, we did not know yet that she was both on This Is What You Came For and that she wrote the song. But keep that little nugget in your mind for something.
May I state for the record
later.
that I have searched high and low across the internet to try and find that jacket because I wanted to wear it to our Bleachella shows. It doesn't exist. It was a merch item that existed on Calvin Harris's store at one point, but I guess obviously no one bought it and it's not up for sale in resale websites. So if you have a This Is What You Came For bomber jacket, I will buy it from you for a pretty penny. So let me know.
He's good for it. He'll open up the purse and he'll pay. I think it's funny that it was Calvin Harris merch.
Yep. She was doing charity work there. She really was.
She was. And that's not the first time she was doing charity for Calvin. Trust me. Trust me, she did charity that entire relationship.
She did her bit.
She did her bit. But nonetheless, whether it was Bleachella or not, Coachella was not actually where she debuted the look. And it isn't where the story starts. I remembered her debuting it at Coachella because of the nomiker. But actually, Taylor debuted her new shocking hairstyle, where she has previously debuted new hairstyle looks before, on the cover of Vogue. Remember, she also debuted her new bangs for the red era on the cover of Vogue. Now, which one is more iconic? I think we know the answer to that question.
That is a really intense question, but the Bleachella is more iconic, sadly.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you were going to say that.
Well, Vogue was like red. Vogue Australia. It was like a rare, it wasn't even like a national moment. This was a memento, and it was paired with the Met Gala. Like the impact of the 1-2 punch of Met Gala, Bob, it was a more drastic change. I'm saying it. Are you saying it was the red bangs?
I'm saying it was the red because I liked the hairstyle more. It launched the red era, and also
for sure, Bleachella was disgusting, but
I liked the shoot better. I liked the Vogue shoot better for red.
Please, Joni Mitchell, cast me in your movie. That's what that was.
That's what that was. That was cup shaking for Joni Mitchell to approve the rights to the film, and she said no. If she's gonna sing, good luck.
Good luck.
She's gonna sing good luck. But Bleachella as a moment, it's worth it to note, was almost totally set in motion by Miss Anna Wintour, editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine herself, because for the year leading up to, and a little bit during Bleachella, Taylor was low-key Anna Wintour's pet project. This was hilarious.
Yeah.
When I went back and
Anna
I remembered this.
Her with the makeover, she punked her.
She punked her both literally and figuratively. She wanted her to be punk, and she punked her like Ashton Kutcher.
The same time. And Taylor said, imagine you're Taylor Swift, and Anna Wintour has given you a makeover, even if she didn't like it, and it was so dramatic, she would have to turn around and be like, I love it. I love coconut
America's
head.
Next Top Model. I love it. I look great. And if you complain, you get sent home. And if you complain,
to
you
be
get sent
fair,
home.
the Anna Wintour haircut was not an Anna Wintour design. She did that herself for whatever reason. It's the bleach that Anna did. And I can get behind that selection. The bleach was a good idea.
Well, now it's iconic. Now it's iconic. At the time, I don't know what I thought about it. Memory fails me. I can't remember.
Again, who is that? Who is that? Who is she?
Uh-oh. I'm sure that's what I was thinking.
She's starting.
So the story of Bleachella truly begins when Taylor was announced as one of the 2016 Met Gala's co-chairs, and she was announced in October of 2015, as a matter of fact, really early. I wasn't expecting it to be that early. Now, lest we forget, at this point in time, Taylor's last appearance at the Met Gala was in 2014, when she wore one of her most iconic looks of all time. And it's something that
Blue
Taylor
Lives Matter.
Yep. Associates with the time. She was beloved. This was her blush pink Oscar de la Renta bow gown, one of her most iconic looks. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. It wasn't necessarily the most on theme of the evening or the most awe-inspiring of all the looks, but it was memorable, and I think she looked amazing. She had been to the Met Gala several times before, but this was her first look that people remembered, and mayhaps Anna Wintour finally took note. This is honestly my favorite Met Gala look from Taylor. Hands down.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's stunning. And it really reflects where she was at that time and what she was saying goodbye to. And she reconciled with Selena Gomez that night. I'll never forget that.
She reconciled with Selena Gomez. How could we forget the pictures?
The videos of them like running through empty Met in their gorgeous gowns, that's girlhood.
That was girlhood, and that was celebrity culture. And that, I think she was right in Reputation era to consider that to be like the high point of 1989 era. It was. She was right.
And old Taylor. Goodbye, old Taylor.
Goodbye, old Taylor. Now, not only was Anna Wintour taking notice of Taylor, but Taylor was also taking note of Anna Wintour. This was during a time period when Taylor was seemingly obsessed with being in the in crowd and being with the cool kids. She was chasing validation from people who had formerly written her off, like Kanye West. She was chasing validation from popular and cool people like Cara Delevingne, all of the Victoria's Secret models, Kim Kardashian, who was very in at the time.
Flop.
And Anna Wintour has always been considered to be a paragon of taste, cool, and fashion. So yes, I think Taylor was very interested in getting the seal of approval from Anna Wintour. And pre-Bleach, her first act of extreme heroism was that she was coconut heading, just like Anna Wintour, all over the streets of Los Angeles.
That was
she
so
debuted
wrong.
Coconut Head at the Grammys. That was so upsetting to me.
Yeah, there's this.
So upsetting to
the
me.
one I can never forget is when she's really doing the Anna Wintour business casual cosplay with the white coat and the blue shirt.
I know what you're
talking
about. I hate that look. She looks
it was giving. I'm going to go preview. Yeah, the fall collection. I'm going to go pick out and yell at some interns about what the hell is going on. But her obsession with Anna Wintour is really interesting because, yeah, you're right. Anna Wintour upholds a thing in, I guess, the industry that you can't just gain access to by being super famous or by having a lot of money. There's an element of taste that goes into it, which at this point was kind of irrelevant because they'd opened the doors to Kim Kardashian, who apparently had to work really hard to get that Vogue cover. And Anna Wintour was really resistant to even inviting them to anything for many, many, many years. So I think Taylor was like, why not me? Huh? This clown's getting in the door. Why not me?
And I think it's a very fair question. If them, why not me? And now it's like, I feel like there was a very short period of time where Kim Kardashian was viewed, not by me, as a fashion icon.
Some people still view her as such.
I remember her ruining Marilyn Monroe's dress, and I'll never forget that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me?
That's unforgivable. And she looked bad.
So Taylor was obsessed with Anna Wintour. And so to the point where she got the exact Anna Wintour hairstyle. Tyler, side by side, meow. Show them. It wasn't just similar. It was exactly the same. This was one step above wearing Anna Wintour skin like a suit.
And when she wore sunglasses too, it was like
ridiculous.
Taylor.
That was Anna Wintour. Now, for what it's worth, Anna was apparently never turned off by this weirdo behavior. Years later, in 2019, Taylor took over the Go Ask Anna segment, which is a segment where you literally ask Anna Wintour questions, anything you want. And Taylor asked Anna Wintour, quote, "You have to be really honest about this. How did you really feel when I copied your hairstyle?" And Anna said very graciously, "Taylor, I am being very, very honest, and I would like to tell you that I was honored." So there you go.
She said this old thing. Who wants this? I mean, come on. It's not really like the paragon.
Looking at it.
It's like if Taylor did Lisa Rinna hair. Like it's the same thing. It's like you can't just do Lisa Rinna's hair. It belongs to Lisa Rinna. That hairstyle belongs to Anna Wintour.
Yeah, and nobody else really looks good in it. Honestly, I'm saying my truth. Even
it's not the best hairstyle.
It's just not the best hairstyle. So Anna wasn't hating. Anna wasn't hating. Even though Taylor was trying to be her little clone in her quest to be seen as cool and in with the in crowd, she said, I'm going to let her do it. But nonetheless, back to the current storyline. So after she was coconut heading all around town, after the drama with Kanye West and Famous and Kim Kardashian, after the Grammys speech, So these are all things that have happened, and we're coming back up to speed here. Taylor was the cover girl for Vogue on April 14th, 2016. This was just one single day before Coachella was to kick off on the 15th. So the Vogue cover and Coachella were kind of like part and parcel in the kickoff. I think she planned it that way. She was like, let's debut it in Vogue, and then I'm going to Coachella to really show it off even more. Wandering in the desert, etc., etc. But the article for Vogue was called, "Who's That Girl? Taylor Swift, if you've never seen her before." They were
It's
right
true.
about
Did they lie?
that.
Did they lie? I've never seen that in my life.
Did they lie?
Never seen that before.
On the topic of Taylor's new crazy bleach look, Anna Wintour said, quote, "We very much wanted to give Taylor a new look, make her into a sort of rock and roll chick. We love the way she looks. We think she looks young and modern and different, and I can't wait to see what she's going to wear on May 2nd. May 2nd being the Met Gala."
There's something so passive-aggressive about this. We think she looks young and modern and cool. So what was she before? Fugly? Is that what you're saying?
We
Shady
think
Queen.
she looks
The Devil Wears
young
Prada.
and modern. Okay, so before she just kind of looked like, you know, a country
Dumpy.
bumpkin, somebody who just like
Mhm.
rolled in from Pennsylvania. That's what she looked like to you.
In her 1989
got
bob.
it.
Okay. Sure.
She was doing the Meryl Streep Devil Wears Prada blue versus teal speech.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, so you think it has nothing to do with you. You think the bleach has nothing to do with you. You think the coconut head has nothing to do with you.
Now that
and
we
it doesn't.
need to rewatch
And it didn't. That was the thing. It didn't, and she did it anyway.
That was the scary part. But
That's
nonetheless, it was Anna Wintour who unknowingly set off a series of events that changed the course of history forevermore. She needs to take more credit for this. She really does. She does.
This was Showgirl.
What happens is insane. But listen, let's talk about the cover shoot. So, the cover itself with the red background, I like this picture. I'm saying it.
Not a bad
I like
picture.
this picture. Not a bad picture.
I like the contrast of her blue eyes, the red lip.
It looks great. It does look, honestly, very Vogue. This was a great Vogue cover. I liked it a lot.
Well styled.
The next picture, this
what is she wearing?
I
actually don't know what this is, how to describe. It's not terrible, but for me, the shoe is unforgivable. I hate her in this kind of shoe. I think Anna Wintour put this idea of monster chunky boot in her head, and she will pay for that.
She will definitely pay for that because it just ruins the entire thing. And the entire thing wasn't that good to begin with. So that's really saying something. And then up next, we have this picture of her down on the ground in the chunky boot again. This one, I like the face card. I like the pose. I like the green backdrop. It's a good picture.
I like the dress.
Up next is the worst picture of them all. I hate this picture. She looks like a little kid.
This is giving Tweety Bird.
I don't know what it's giving.
Bird.
I don't know what it's giving. It is absolutely shocking to me. This is the worst.
Could they not get a new pair of shoes? Why is it the same boot in all the shoes? You've got to give her a hoof.
They hoofed her out. It was just about to come in. It was just about to come into Vogue. Into Vogue.
This is wrong.
Quite literally.
Oh.
The absolute worst picture of all time. That's my opinion.
Not good.
And I absolutely despise it.
Her
Again,
face,
I liked
the expression.
The cover.
She looks like she just saw the hair for the first time. Oh, I love it.
Or she looks like she just got in trouble. She's
getting in trouble.
You are in trouble. So I don't love the shoot overall. I do really like the cover. I think the cover is absolutely iconic. They're really good at choosing a cover.
Even the black and white picture is really good. The black and white picture is really good. With her, she's like, that was her icon for a long time. That's a great picture.
I actually don't like that picture. I hate it. I don't like the sharpness of the way that it looks. I'm not crazy about the shoot. I like the cover.
I think it's okay. I don't hate it.
I like the cover. I understand the what they were trying to do. I think they really wanted to fuck with her style and remake her. And well,
they did that.
Accomplished. Mission accomplished. It's way more editorial than most of her shoots had generally been up to this point. I think Tyra Banks would like these pictures.
I've got one picture left in my hand, and it's for Taylor Swift.
I've got one picture left in my hand, and it's for Taylor and Taylor alone.
She almost failed. She almost got eliminated, but she passed.
Now, the article is accompanied by 73 questions for Taylor Swift, and that comes out on the 19th. And oddly, that video of that features her before her bleached moment, giving the impression that the bleach occurred relatively spontaneously. She was just like, okay, let's do it.
Well, it was also
Many
before the
such
Grammys.
cases.
It was filmed before the Grammys.
Which is very
when a
interesting.
lot of things changed.
When a lot of things changed. Now, we could do a whole frickin' episode on the 73 questions for Taylor Swift. So let's just focus on the article. The article takes place during a trip that Taylor takes back to Reading, Pennsylvania for her childhood friend Brittany Mac's wedding. Probably one of the weirdest articles I've ever read about Taylor.
It's so weird. I read a lot weird. And she's being really weird in it too. It's like she knows that the wheels are about to come off. Like she's being reflective in a way that's very melancholic. And technically she's just won album of the year. So there's no real reason to be like devastated, but she is like rocking back and forth essentially in this article.
She is. There's a sense of we're about to lose her. And we did.
Mm-hmm. We did.
For a brief moment in time.
You're losing me.
Gone. Literally. The article is very focused on her childhood. It's very focused on where she grew up, the Christmas tree farm. There's lots of lines about how everyone in the town knows her and everybody grew up with her and everybody at this wedding is someone that she knew, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of felt to me as I was reading it like an engineered moment of like, see, I'm still a real girl. I'm still the Taylor from before.
This was Nazi Barbie time, and it was at its worst. It was really at its worst. This is when Snakegate was literally about to happen. Like, the pressure was building.
They go inside her childhood house after the owners invite her in, and this part of the article was so funny because they were bamboozled. She just showed up in their driveway.
She literally
and was like,
rocked up. Imagine.
I used to live here. And they were like, oh. Yeah. So Taylor is in the house. They let her in the house and she's pointing at things and saying, that's where the piano was. That's where this was. And then she gets invited up to where her childhood bedroom was and goes and looks around. And the interviewer goes up there with her too. Mind you, this isn't the last time she did this.
I think she put this on Instagram.
That was in 2018.
Or was that a separate occasion? She went twice.
That was in 2018. She went
Taylor,
twice.
just buy the house. You freak. Buy the house.
Something's not clicking up top. So this article is also the first time anybody mentions an old-fashioned in regards to Taylor. That's Reputation tea. That was Reputation Easter egging. That's what they'd call that today. They'd call that Easter egging. And not only does Taylor drink one, she knows how to make them too. Naturally. Period. And she makes a good one. So here's some quotes from the article. I asked her if she'd ever consider launching a fashion line. Theoretically, yes, she says, but I would want it to be something that was relatable and accessible and everyday. I don't see it being couture. I would want it to be reflective of my style, and a lot of things I wear are not highly expensive. What are you guys thinking about right now? Personally, I'm thinking about Stella times Taylor.
Trust me, no one was asking for Taylor Swift couture line. Not a single person. That wasn't an idea in anyone's head. We were all thinking Target collab. We were thinking Walmart. We were thinking, something that was for the people. Stella x Taylor was even too highbrow enough. And look what happened.
And they hated it. People bought it. And then they immediately were like, does anybody want this?
It sucks. It's hideous. It's the cheapest merch that you can get online because nobody likes it. I think there was a period of time that, she was really like into fashion and wanting to be a cool girl. And I think she was toying with the idea of expanding her empire because there was also talk about a beauty line, if you remember, around this time. So there was like murmurings of her and her team like putting feelers out to see. But thankfully, Taylor is so protective of her brand image, she never found the right thing. And apparently she's been given countless opportunities for clothing lines, clothing collaborations, and she's just never really felt a good fit. And I think that, focus on the music. That's what you're really good at. Let's do music.
And I think that it should have stayed that way. And for the most part, it has.
She learned.
For the most part, it has. She learned.
She learned.
So on Taylor's style, the article says, Swift's personal style has, not surprisingly, matured over the course of her career, migrating from the early days of sundresses and, as she describes them, bedazzled cowboy boots, to the vintage 50s vibe of a few years ago to the sleeker, street-conscious look she favors now. I can look back at an old photo and tell you roughly what year it's from, Swift says. Going through different phases is one of my favorite things about fashion. I love how it can mark the passage of time. It's similar to my songs in that way. It all helps identify where I was in different points of my life. Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
Same. We can do that too.
I think it's very true.
We can probably go to the month.
I'm just like you. I'm just like you. And then the article starts getting juicy. So this is a quote from the article. Because I'm a hopeless cheeseball, I can't help asking, being part of this wedding, does it make Taylor think about being married someday? For the past year, she has been seeing the Scottish DJ producer Calvin Harris. Harris is not here with her, but in early March, he and Swift will post cutesy notices on social media, his on Snapchat, hers on Instagram, commemorating the 1-year status of their relationship. We got a 1-year cake.
We got a 1-year cake.
We were there.
Hostage.
We were there. It was rare. I was there, held hostage with a 1-year cake. This is what Taylor has to say in return. I'm just taking things as they come. I'm in a magical relationship right now, and of course I want it to be ours and low key. This is the one thing that's been mine about my personal life. Magical?
Magical.
She's saying this 2 months before he's being kicked to the curb. Magical.
She was too scared to even mentally order the Uber getaway car in her head. She couldn't.
She couldn't do it yet.
She was trapped. She couldn't claw her way out.
She was trapped. She was trapped. She couldn't claw her way out. Now, this is a little piece from Lorde, which I love this quote from Lorde. It really shows you how long ago this was, because we're getting quotes from Lorde about Taylor Swift. We talk about this. In order to do good work... That doesn't happen anymore. No, it doesn't happen anymore. We talk about this. In order to do good work, write these deeply personal records, we're constantly in a place of metacognition. Sometimes it can feel like you're a scholar writing a thesis about your own brain. So I think she's going to try and pick up some new skills, maybe take courses in something. Tay is a big fan of taking time off until about month 2. And then she gets this look in her eyes. And I know all the Dateline and frozen yogurt and mooching around is about to go out the window. I thought that was a really interesting quote.
It's a great quote.
I think that's such a great insight into Taylor. And I think it's so true, too. Like, she does love her time off, but she also loves being the business. She knows when it's time to log back on. She always knows the right time to come back. I've always felt that way.
For sure. And she gets that. Once she gets the idea, the spark, it goes.
It just goes. So, naturally, the subject of Famous and Kanye West is also brought up. Taylor says, trying to shrug it off as best as she can while she's crying inside. I think the world is so bored with the saga. I don't want to add anything to it because then there's just more. Right.
Imagine how tired we are.
Imagine how tired we are. I get why Swift would not want to fuel the dispute, but it's not hard to see a connection between West's credit-taking and the long tradition of men being dismissive, actively as well as subconsciously mansplaining, of the hard work and success of women. This is something Swift has become hardened to, having spent much of her early years being mainly recognized for not her songwriting gifts, which just about everyone now agrees are rare and special, but for who she was dating. Her fame distilled into what Swift calls my incredibly sexist men of Taylor Swift slideshows.
Clap. Clap.
Clap. Clap. Taylor says, I guess what I wanted to call attention to in my speech at the Grammys was how it's going to be difficult if you're a woman who wants to achieve something in her life, no matter what, she adds.
That's not what you were trying to call attention to. Can we be honest? That's not what you were. You were calling attention to Kanye West put out a song about me and I don't like it. And that's fine. But let's be honest. She's addicted to not being honest at this point.
And to piggyback on this, she told this crazy anecdote. It reminds me of those things like Wakanda Forever, and you're like, that didn't happen. You know what I'm talking about? So the day after the awards, Taylor went shopping at Barney's in Beverly Hills. I was like, I'm going to buy some nice shoes today. And she says she was approached by a number of women, not just one, specifically mothers, who thanked her. Their response was really beautiful. You never know what anyone's response is going to be. So when it's good, it's really nice. I bet that happened.
Can I just say, during 1989, no one was getting anywhere near her in public. There are photos. There were also photos of her from that day shopping around. She's not talking to anyone. No one's approaching her.
No, also,
She's
who are these
alone.
like mothers
they clear
approaching
the floor.
you at Barney's?
When Taylor's there, you're not allowed to be there.
That didn't happen. Taylor, I support you 100%.
Happy for you, or sorry that didn't happen.
There are mothers in the world who are like, that was a great speech, but they did not approach you at Barney's. They did not approach you at Barney's.
Yeah.
So the interviewer of the article is also present at the wedding, which is actually kind of crazy, like thinking about that now. And she watches Taylor deliver her maid of honor speech. A few beats later, Swift has everyone teary when she talks about real love that she sees between Britney and Ben. Real love doesn't mess with your head, she says. Real love just is. Real love just endures. Real love maintains. Real love takes it page by page. Now, I'm asking you a sincere question.
You're about to rip all the book up.
What do you know?
You are about to set your love on fire.
And then the article ends with this line. You know the old Thomas Wolfe novel, You Can't Go Home Again? Sometimes it's really true, but Taylor Swift did.
This is the least profound and insightful thing I've ever heard in my life.
It was such a good article,
Sure.
too. I don't know why the ending line absolutely capsized it. It was such a good article.
Very revealing.
It's weird. But
very revealing.
That was a bummer of an ending. And also, like, I don't know, did she really go home? Can you ever really go home again when you're Taylor Swift? It's never going to be the same again.
No, you can't.
Isn't that true for everybody?
And it wasn't the same for her when she went back either. Come on.
No, come on. So I thought it was really interesting about how the article isn't really about what's going on in Taylor's crazy, hectic, insane life or career, but it's actually about a weekend where she like walked away from her hectic, insane life to go back to her hometown and like pretend to be normal. It felt like all the juicy stuff was more or less glossed over, and it's like she didn't want to talk about it. And I get the sense it was engineered. Yeah, it was a puff piece because they wanted us to see her like she's still that girly. Meanwhile, again, she's on the cover looking like Alex Consani.
I know. What does the story have to do with the image? It was like, are we not going to talk about like what's next or what an image shift means to her, how it's been going for her so far? Like, no, it was like we need to remind everyone that she's actually just a girl. I'm just a girl with a bob.
And let me tell you, yeah, I'm a girl with a bob, with a bleach bob, and all that. I'm just a girl
to get in my getaway with me.
And all of that I'm just a girl stuff was about to go far out the window because the next day she goes to Coachella and immediately begins to post and post and post like she was the most popular girl in school. It was insane.
And she was.
I remember thinking, what is she doing there?
I remember seeing pictures of her walking through the crowd and being like, she doesn't want to be here. She has no idea where she is. This is not her crowd. This is not her scene. She looked a lot happier there with Travis than she did supporting Calvin because it was like she was trying to be the kind of person who likes to go to Coachella. And I don't think that Taylor is the kind of person that likes to go to Coachella.
It's not for her. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't want to go to Coachella either, Taylor.
No,
I don't want to go
either.
I would only want to get the Taylor Swift, like 2024 experience, which is I have a host of security and, my man comes with me and we get the VIP treatment. That's the only Coachella I would ever do.
Here, she was amongst the crowd. We love the photos of her looking completely bewildered in the crowd with the bob. She looked a mess.
It's absolutely
in
insane.
A gray t-shirt. She looked a mess.
One of the first pictures that she posted from Coachella is one of my most favorite, iconic Bleachella pictures ever! It's the one where she's poolside with Jack and Lord. Can you say?
That's the bus.
Everyone
That's the bus.
looks good. Everyone looks good. I love
Nobody
Lord's
knew
outfit.
They were about to make Reputation and Melodrama. These three geniuses.
They didn't know that. I love this picture. I wish that we could get another one like it, but we'll
never see those three people in the same room again.
So this is one of my favorite pictures. Many pictures to come, mind you. This was also the weekend of the choker. In nearly every single image, she's got a choker on. There's even a picture of everyone wearing chokers. Who's everyone, you ask? Who is everyone?
Now, this is the who's who of who's that.
Who is that? So, Martha Hunt, Haim, the Haim sisters, okay. Austin Swift, why was he on the guest list? Camila Cabello, by the way, Tyler, you have to find this video. Camila was giving poolside dance lessons where she was teaching people at this gathering the choreography to work. Meanwhile, Taylor is behind the camera screaming, ha 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 ha, yes! It's literally
This is like Yas Whale. She was being
insane. Soraya was also there.
Noted defector from the Taylor Nation.
Now this is just weekend one.
Austin looks hot in that picture you have here. I'm sorry, he looks hot.
Yeah, he's wearing a choker. He's got his choker on. It's hard
unbuttoned,
not to look hot with a little choker
to the gods.
He looks good. He looks really good. Everybody looks good in this picture. Let's call a spade a spade. Especially Taylor. I love this picture. I love this picture of Taylor.
The guy on the far right, he doesn't look good. He looks like he doesn't know where he is.
I don't know who that is.
He's a plus one, but Taylor looks so good. Taylor actually looks amazing.
Amazing. Now let's talk about some of her outfits for Coachella weekend one. So some of them are iconic. Some of them are a complete disaster. So the little black dress choker moment that she does in this choker picture and with Jack and Lord, we love that look. This next outfit, So this is what she wore out.
With a train. It's a gray t-shirt with a train and a black miniskirt and golden goose sneakers that she's flattened the back of. So she's walking on them like they're slippers, and a star necklace. She looks the fool in this outfit.
And she's wearing a ridiculous like necklace that's made out of stars.
Directed by Taylor Swift, starred by Taylor Swift, styled by Taylor Swift, accessorized by Taylor Swift. I know that.
This is one of the worst things she's ever put on her
entire body. And her makeup
body.
is really bad. Like her under eye is there's so much flashback on her under eyes. I'm like, girl, where was the makeup artist?
Maybe she was hitting the hooch. Maybe she was like, I'm going to let my hair down and party. And you know what? I say yes to partying. I say no to this look.
Yes. Party in the dark.
Yes, party in the dark if this is what we're wearing. So this was shocking. I hate this look. This is the worst. Well, there's a couple of contenders, but this is one of
this is by far the worst
Bleachella looks. This one is horrible. So I had a hard time finding any real like high quality pictures of her all black outfit. This is the one that she's wearing when she's doing the hand outstretched to Calvin.
I like the shoes.
It's just like a mini skirt and like a crop top that's got a 3/4 length sleeve, all black. She looks cute. I mean, it's nothing.
Gorge.
It's nothing. It's gorgeous.
Nothing special.
So a whirlwind of pictures and videos are all that remains, and it's all that we have to really ascertain what happened. Weekend 1 of Coachella that year, I was in the trenches. I was in the trenches digging up information. It's really just about the pictures and like what we know that she actually did.
Right.
So
I mean, what else was she
gathered.
doing? It was Coachella. Like she was doing what everyone else was doing, watching the music and putting on outfits.
And luckily for us, she was posting lots of pictures.
Thank you.
Luckily
no,
for
we needed
us,
that.
she was
We did need it.
Lots of pictures.
We really needed it.
I think this is more of her psychosis of like, I need to be the coolest girl in the room. I need to be the one that everybody wants to talk to. I need to be the Barbie strutting in the desert.
The cool girls go to Coachella, so I need to be the coolest girl at Coachella. And the best way she knew how was to assemble the girl squad. She didn't know how to slay without them.
And let me tell you, there are lots of videos from this weekend of her going absolutely insane with random people. So another moment is when Rihanna comes out for a surprise performance of We Found Love. Iconic, by the way. This is during Calvin Harris's set, of course. I would have lost my mind. And Taylor posts a video of this performance with the caption, "I'll never forget this moment."
She's such a suck up. You are such a suck up.
I mean, I would have said the same thing.
I would have sucked up to Rihanna.
I'll never forget.
Is this what you came for out yet or no? Is it out?
Yes.
Okay, so because I remember she also sang "This Is What You Came For" with Calvin. No, she performed that at Coachella too.
Yes?
Maybe.
Question mark?
I guess
I'm not
so.
sure.
But we knew from the moment it came out that Taylor's vocals were on it. It was really clear.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like I knew the second I heard it. I thought I was being gaslit, is what I thought.
No, I knew.
I wasn't like, this is Taylor.
I knew it was her.
I was like, is that Taylor or is it not? And I like didn't really think about it after the fact because I was like, why would they not say that she's on the song? And so I just kind of moved on with my life. Because they're freaks. But we already knew that. Now, we already talked about this a little bit. One of the more memorable and perhaps more embarrassing Instagram posts is of her reaching out from the crowd during Calvin's set. And the caption was, watching at Calvin Harris, like heart-eyed emoji, hashtag Coachella.
Meanwhile, you're plotting. Plotting.
She can't wait to get out. She's in the golf cart at Coachella thinking, drive me out into the desert as far as you can take me, where nobody can find me.
The series of decisions that were made are some of my favorite series of decisions ever made.
So it's funny about this picture. She would go on to delete this post, like literally within days. But apparently it's just because the photographer of the picture asked her to take it down.
She probably didn't license it properly. You can get sued bad for that.
And let me tell you, I was happy when it disappeared. I said, I don't need to see that again. You keep that to yourself.
Thank you, ma'am.
And mind you, all of this was only weekend 1. She does go to weekend 2. Weekend 2 was a little bit more laid back, I will say that. She goes with Miss Gigi Hadid. And actually, she flew Gigi there on her private jet. And it was also incidentally Gigi's
Anti-Greta Thunberg.
Thank you. Thank you, Mommy. That's what Gigi was thinking in her head. I get to fly on the jet. And I'm saying thank God Gigi was on the jet because she was Snapchatting.
Oh.
Like a monster.
When Taylor went ghost as well, the only contact we had with Taylor was through Gigi Hadid's Snapchat story.
And you know what? Back in the day, I remember Gigi. I never hated her or disliked her, but she was always a member of like the squad that I was always kind of like whatever about. Now I'm like, we need Gigi. We need Gigi
It
and
never
Bella.
seemed serious. It didn't seem like they were that close friends. And, well, we were wrong about that.
Sometimes
Crooker was
that's like
caught.
that's the
You know
the
what's interesting?
secret.
That Carly wasn't there. Carly was not at Coachella. That is interesting.
Well, I'm sure we were talking about it. Because remember,
The
this was also
fracture
after she was
begins.
grooving to famous at Madison Square Garden. Lest we forget.
Lest
So I'm
we
sure
forget.
at the time we were dissecting that. We were dissecting the hell out of that. So there's an iconic video that Gigi took of Calvin and Taylor, one of my favorite videos of Taylor of all time, because she didn't know the video was being taken and it caught her completely by surprise. But they're in the backseat of like a car and Gigi's saying, "Thank you for inviting me on your romantic date." And the flash goes off really bright in Taylor's face and she's like, "Oh, oh."
In mine own car?
And she captioned the video, "Coachella third wheeling." The only third wheel I see is named Calvin. He doesn't belong
Adam,
there.
actually.
Oh, yes. Adam.
Adam.
We have to call him inside of his name.
Calvin is
Adam.
somehow a lamer name than Adam. He's weird.
Yeah, Adam Wiles is a perfectly good DJ name.
Calvin sounds stupid.
Calvin Harris.
Of all the
We
names
can't
you
get too
can
much
pick,
into
that's
this.
the one you pick.
Calvin
No.
Harris,
Next.
Adam Wiles. Next. Anybody else want to be a DJ? So here's another funny anecdote from weekend 2 of Coachella with Miss Gigi. They apparently went so hard they got asked to leave. So Flume, who is one of Australia's most popular musical exports, has told
I would be going
Nova,
crazy to Flume too. I would be going absolutely crazy to Flume.
Yes! So Flume told Nova 96.9, a radio station, that during his set at Coachella 2016, his manager spotted 2 girls dancing really full on near the sound booth and made the mistake of trying to get them to leave. I was playing at Coachella week 2 and my manager was watching the show from the lighting desk out in the crowd, and these 2 girls came up and started dancing in front of him, like really full on. And he was like, "I need to get these girls out of here." So he went to ask them to move away from the sound booth and realized it was Taylor Swift and her friend, that girl, Gigi Hadid.
She
That
was
girl,
kind
Gigi?
of that girl, Gigi Hadid, at this point. Who was she?
Now that was iconic. They were partying.
I'm still kind of saying that girl,
hard.
Gigi Hadid.
Yeah, I mean, come on. She kind of is that girl, Gigi Hadid.
I like the photos of them on the jet. I like these pictures.
I love these pictures. I love the cake. She looks really good. I love the way Taylor's makeup looks. Gigi looks really cute. They post cakes on a plane.
Happy birthday.
Very cute. Happy birthday. I love these pictures. So that's what happened at Coachella. That's what happened at Coachella. Honestly, if you think about it, not that much.
No,
She
not
just
a lot
went.
going on at the moment.
She
being
just
normal.
went to Coachella. But after Coachella, ladies and gentlemen, that's when we start really cooking. So the next big event after Coachella is Gigi's birthday party on the 28th, where she spotted 3 different times in one day. So first she's out shopping, then she goes out to lunch, and then she goes to the party. So her day outfit, we can see here, a little pair of black short shorts and a shirt kind of tucked into it with a key, a low-hanging key, one of those like 2010s style necklaces that went down really low, a pair of sneakers, and a cute black bag. She looks cute.
Is that Kelsey Ballerini behind her?
Yes! I didn't even notice that!
Wow,
That's
charity
Kelsey
work.
Ballerini!
That's real charity work.
Charity work. So she went out to lunch with Kelsey Ballerini. I wonder if Kelsey was invited to the birthday party.
Well, remember when she threw a party for Camila Cabello and it was all Taylor's friends and none of Camila's friends? Amazing.
Many such cases.
Amazing.
Cases. So
this outfit that she wore to the party, oh my God.
Now this was the bomb. This was the first true like intergalactic Bleachella serve. And it's different. Like, she's never really worn something like this before. It's very Bleachella. It's so Bleachella. This is like one of the like flagship outfits. It's kind of like a high-low, almost like rainbow snow black, like sort of like, you remember that like Y2K 90s light up
sparkle pattern.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's what it looks like. It is just, and the dark lip and the very light eye makeup and the bleach hair.
She realized that when she had that blonde hair, she always had to have a spray tan. So she was stepping out looking bronzed goddess all the time. And there's something about the Bleachella fashion to me that was so effortless And that's what's missing from her like red carpet fashion now. It all feels very like, I'm trying to do something. This stuff is so like, it just feels like she was really expressing how she was feeling, lost, dazed, scared, insecure in her clothing. And it just worked. The
And it
dark
looks
lip,
amazing. The dark lip.
love it. Take that over an orange lip any day. A cherry.
Any day.
Gimme.
I love a dark berry lip. So what she was doing at Coachella, I think we can all agree, was not a great signifier of what was to come or what Bleachella would really go on to be, which is, I think, Taylor's most different era of fashion. And Bleachella kind of makes the whole like crop tops like thing at the start of 1989 look like absolutely nothing in terms of like a fashion overhaul. Bleachella, she was doing something else. And I thank God every day.
Different areas. Different areas. I loved it.
This look at Gigi's birthday is the first one of all Bleachella so far that really shows what she was going to do with her new hair look. She was going to do a 90s inspired punk rock vibe, just like Mommy Anna Wintour wanted her to do, you see? Mm-hmm. You see how that works? And you know what? She was right. She was right. She clocked. Kind of like how Tyra is usually right on America's Next Top Model. She was right. She looked great in it.
Well, she's not employed for being pretty. She's employed for being fashionable.
And let's say that. So now at this point in April, what's right around the corner? The Met Gala. Oh yes, it's almost time. The event of Bleachella. So on April 30th, she's pictured arriving to a pre-Met Gala dinner. Casual look, but you can still kind of see what she's going for. Billy Joel t-shirt, ripped up black skinny jeans.
Stan
sort
Smiths.
Of like,
they were the shoe.
Jacket.
That was the shoe of the time.
Mm-hmm. But you catch the vibe. It's simple, but you absolutely can tell what she's going for. And it looks great. She looks cool. I think she looks cool.
And then what? Well, why did we do what happened next? Why did what happened next happen?
So, this is, in my opinion, the most significant fashion fumble. This happened at the Up and Down Club in New York City, Ground Zero.
Been there. I've been to Up and Down. It's a weird club. Taylor Swift has no business being there.
She wore her weirdest outfit.
This is an Up and Down outfit. Let me tell you. This outfit says everything you need to know about Up and Down. Mess. Nonsense. Not fun. Try hard.
I almost can't even look upon it. This is the worst thing she's ever worn.
I almost like
it's horrible.
The shoe, but everything else about it is terrible.
Well, it's like you see the shoe and you're like, oh, cute shoe. And then you see the cuffed pant leg.
it's so bizarre.
It's shocking. And no jewelry. Nothing. She's just in this bag. It's shocking. I can't look.
It's terrible.
I can't look.
No, we can't linger here for too long. From behind, it's even worse.
Down.
No, it's even worse from behind. This is giving baby grow. This is really giving like toddler outfit, toddler in a trash bag. No.
And it would look cute on a toddler. That's the thing. A baby in this outfit, oh my God, that'd be so cute. But on a grown adult,
Swift. No.
On a grown adult and a tall adult to boot. It's just crazy.
You have too many limbs to be dressing like that.
But still, you have to admit, it is in line. It's is
Bleachella.
Like following the influences.
Bleachella giveth and it taketh. It's both pain and pleasure.
Exactly, like all good things, like any great love, it drives you crazy, etc., etc. So now, April 1st. This is the morning and afternoon, the day before the Met Gala, and she arrives looking very casual, very cool. Again, skinny jeans,
kind of gala-proof,
flannel. This is maybe it's Taylor. I don't care. It's Kissimo.
It is giving Baylor. Slay Baylor.
I love this look. I think it's so casual. I love the sunglasses, just like a little pop of color in an otherwise kind of like
she definitely leaned
outfit.
Into butch a little bit more in Bleachella, which is something she never does otherwise, almost never. So, and 99 was so like hyper femme as well. Like this, there was something like, again, punk rock, edgy, masculine about it.
And I clapped. I'm clapping pretty much 90% of the time. Bleachella fits, I'm clapping.
I'm even clapping for the antics now.
Please. These antics, I mean, if there were no Bleachella antics, we wouldn't be in the job. We wouldn't be in the job.
We wouldn't be
in the job. So this happened in the day, ladies and gentlemen. What happened that night was the bomb that the world never saw coming. So
many people died.
She shows up to Anna Wintour's house, and then later on that evening, she also goes out to the club. And what she wore can only be compared to the moon landing. It is I'm looking at it. I'm speechless. It is a plaid. It is the grunge plaid dress from your dreams. It is absolutely perfect. The perfect shoe. I'm saying it. I love the shoe. I love the leather jacket. I love the little black sort of box bag. I love the hair. I love the lip. I can't say enough about it. This is
the
look.
jacket and the dress together is really something else. That is gorgeous. I love the way the dress is cut. Note how it fits her properly. It fits her really well. I actually took my inspiration for both of my Bleachella looks for the Snarus tour from this image specifically. I kind of deconstructed. It's like one of the looks is a leather jacket. The other one is like a plaid shirt that has a similar vibe. Iconic, the moment.
I love this look. People died. And
she
you know
knows
what?
It
this
too.
Is true.
She knows that she's serving.
I love when you can see it on her face that she knows she's serving. Another time she knew that she was serving is in that little romper midnight blue piece that she wore after the VMAs where she was bejeweled. You know what I'm talking about? She knew she served. She knew she served. Now, for some reason, this Louis Vuitton plaid look was so astronomical that people were writing think pieces on it. Apparently, it was such a big deal that she was wearing this plaid dress. People had to write. I'm saying, say more. So this is what the cut had to say. Quote, in a departure from her usual style, chokers, glitter, 8th grade lockets, Swift surprisingly wore grunge, a plaid flannel dress, aka a picnic blanket, with combat boots. Why? It's been asked before, how do you convince Anna Wintour you're Vogue material? Or in Swift's case, worthy of being her Met Gala co-chair. You dress exactly how it seems she wants you to. Now,
and we want her to want that. We want that.
Yep. Remember when Anna said she wanted to turn Taylor into a kind of a rock and roll chick? Taylor will do one thing. She'll take the note. She'll say,
okay, she'll take an instruction too. Pathological people pleaser.
Absolutely. And I'm saying we need to go back to this at the earliest possible convenience. Anna? Can you call Taylor and tell her to dress grunge rock and roll again, please?
Yeah, get out of retirement.
So Nylon said, quote, if any of us had the opportunity to hang out with Anna at home, we wouldn't dare to even think about wearing a combat boot. I guess Swift is just further proving that grunge is totally in again and can totally be high fashion, as we assume her ensemble wasn't a thrift store purchase. The look was topped off with her freshly bleached platinum locks, of course. While it may seem a bit shocking that Swift chose to wear plaid, Vogue's most recent cover star was actually dressed quite appropriately for the occasion. Her look closely resembles a Vogue editorial.
Do we need to hear all of this? This is written in the most annoying tone of voice. This person is so irritating.
This look closely resembles a Vogue editorial shot by Stephen Meisel and styled by Grace Nansen from December of 1992.
It has the girls talking.
It has the girls talking.
Girls writing.
They were pontificating.
This is one of the few times in history Taylor has done a casual let's go outside look and
people are writing nice things about it. People are writing nice things about it.
Now, all that aside, a juicy side note about this dinner at Anna Wintour's house. Tom Hiddleston was also there, and there's this amazing picture
too. Was he one of the co-chairs?
I think that he was. I know Idris Elba was. I know that for sure, but Tom, I just kind of went with the flow on this one. I was like, of course he was there. Of course he was there. This picture of her hovering menacingly in the background and looking at him is so good.
In her serve?
A frightening picture of what's to come.
Oh, I love that photo.
Picture of what's to come. It's so funny. So, the next morning, the ties were black and the lies were white. It's Met Gala Day. Now, the theme of the Met Gala, I'm sure everybody knows every year the Met Gala has a specific theme. It was Manus Ex Machina, fashion in an age of technology. This theme explored the relationship between handmade, Manus, and machine-made, Machina, fashion, with a focus on the influence of technology on clothing design. Not my favorite theme, and honestly, the outfits of the night proved that it was a bad theme.
Taylor low-key nailed the theme, though, I have to say. Like, her outfit to me really does kind of, if we're just going based on did it accomplish the goal of adhering to the theme? Well, yes.
So our first peek at Taylor's little look is we just see her, and this is a Met Gala classic, we just see a coat and somebody leaving their hotel. And
well, now they don't even let you see that. Now they've got umbrellas. It's a much more serious event. Taylor was just walking. Yes. She was going to walk down the block.
So now I was gagged by the shoes. I remember this. I was like, oh, this is going to gag. This is going to gag. I was kind of concerned by the fact that it wasn't a long gown. I was like,
yeah, we were kind of mad about that. We weren't used to her doing like short mementos, especially because the Met Gala, keep in mind what our point of reference was. It was sweetheart gown.
Yeah, and I thought we were going to gag.
Well, we did.
So,
in a way.
Now, keep in mind before going ahead that this woman, Taylor Swift, is showing up at this event as a co-chair of the event, ladies and gentlemen, alongside
hosting.
Idris Elba. They're best friends. Responsibilities of co-chair of the Met Gala. They're essentially glorified hosts alongside the queen of the evening, Miss Anna Wintour. Their roles go from helping to put together the entire guest list to working with Top Chef to create the specific menu.
Yeah, right.
A Met Gala co-chair will also help to create atmosphere inside the event by selecting specific decor and working with interior designers to bring the space to life. Of course,
AKA,
all co-chairs work.
Anna Wintour does whatever she wants, and you say yes.
Show up
exactly.
To the meeting.
Anna Wintour says, "Is this a good idea?" And you have one word to say, yes.
Perhaps the most important part of being a co-chair is that you should probably show up in one of the evening's better outfits. One of the most iconic co-chairs in recent memory is Lady Gaga in 2019 for Camp Notes on Fashion. If you want an example of like a perfect Met Gala serve, that is one of the most iconic Met Gala looks in my recent memory, and it was the perfect for the theme. Absolutely gaggerinoed everybody in sight. Nobody had a chance. So that's a really good frame of reference for a great Met Gala look.
Rihanna has done a couple.
Zendaya has done a lot of really good ones. The fashionistas of the world. But
what about
we
Taylor
as simpletons?
Swift?
So we as simpletons, and I'm sure many of the fashion community had high expectations for Taylor's outfit that night. Anna had turned her into mini-me, essentially, for like a second there, and everyone was waiting with bated breath to see what Taylor was going to wear. Even looking at it today, it is absolutely...
It's so iconic to me that it's really hard to assess it for is it good or bad. But when I look at it, especially when I just look at the dress and the shoes aren't in the picture, bad. Not good.
The cutouts of the dress, I generally don't like a cutout dress. The coloring, the shoes, like everything together is a mess. It's just a mess.
The black lip, it's too much. It's just too much.
It's honestly not the worst thing she's ever worn. I remember
the back
at the time,
is so bad. The back is really bad.
The big strip of black. It's crazy.
The huge
the
visible zipper. Oh,
this
girls, that's a Shein outfit, really. I'm watching this girl this 50-year-old woman that got a facelift in Tijuana who's going to Burning Man, and she goes to this deranged, demented rave store and picks out the ugliest items known to man. This is something that would be on the racks there.
You would definitely wear this to a Tijuana rave. 100%. And you would be like the of the ball. But at the Met Gala?
No.
Now, this was a Louis Vuitton fit. Yeah. This was a Louis Vuitton fit, which was why she was in Louis head to toe the night before.
Should have worn that.
And it does. Yeah, she should have worn that. This does get Robot Gladiator, which I don't think is what she wanted to accomplish, or maybe it was. In the sense, Robot Gladiator does meet the theme.
It does.
That,
again, I think the dress does meet the theme.
Now, lots of people also wore silver because it's low-hanging fruit for the theme, which is just also, in my opinion, not a very good theme. But people were pretty critical of this look, and not just her beloved Swifties, who were seeing her in a new kind of look that shocked them, but also the general public and the fashionistas of the world. It was honestly
it's bad
far from
when the
best
Swifties
look.
aren't on board. If you can't get the Swifties on board, it's over for you. And we were all on Twitter like, anyway...
Yeah, it was horrible, especially because they built it up so much. I thought we were going to see the serve of the century. And what did I get instead? It was far from the best look of the night. And yet, in spite of that, Taylor was chosen as the cover of the Met Gala issue of Vogue with the words best dressed right next to her.
They had no choice. Must have been part of the contract. They had to do it.
It must have been part of the contract.
It's not even a good picture. This isn't even a good picture.
It's terrible. So people were mad about this, and I think they were right. I think they were right to be mad. This was a terrible cover picture.
Oh my God, Beyonce looks really bad too. I'm surprised by that.
So this was the year that Claire Danes wore that glowing Cinderella gown. Probably should have been the one that you're going to put on the cover, and yet they said Taylor best dressed. I did say, to be fair, other than Claire Danes glowing in the dark, this was all around a floppish Met Gala year. I looked, and I was like, what would I have chosen for best dressed instead? And I was like,
no.
Now, the Beyonce look, Tyler, you got to show people this. I'm not sure if Hive loves this look or not.
Kim Kardashian also looked crazy at this event, too.
Everybody looked bad. If you didn't look bad, you looked boring. That was kind of what I noticed going through. It wasn't a very good theme. To everyone's defense, it really wasn't. And I'm sorry, Taylor, that you got co-chair on the year of a bad theme. I think she would have ate the camp theme down. So
we would hope so, but she would have to have an awareness of what camp is, and I'm not confident that she does.
But nonetheless, this Taylor best dressed on the cover, it felt like Anna Wintour Tay favoritism.
Yes, 100%.
Anna didn't necessarily hand select the dress or anything, but I think she certainly aided in the direction of the outfit. So it felt like
she knew
Ann
what
nepotism.
was going to be worn. She probably.
She knew.
I think Anna picks the designers. I think she pairs you with designers too.
She does.
She set her up.
She's very heavily involved. This is
the punked part. This is the punked. This is where she punked her.
This is where she punked her. It was really hard to not think Ann nepotism when she's on the cover and the look is just that ugly. It was really hard not to.
Sorry,
think that.
Taylor, you lose.
For the record, Kanye West was also there that night, but nothing happened, and they likely just avoided one another. Idris Elba described it as being awkward at one point, but he never really went into any detail as to why. Probably because they were just avoiding each other and not speaking. So there's a little bit of
what I remember? I remember Andy Cohen made a comment and Taylor has never been on Watch What Happens Live. He told this story about how he made a comment to her at the bar at this Met Gala, and he said to her, "Look, your friend Katie's about to perform, or your friend Katie's over there," as in Ms. Perry. And she apparently gave him the look of death, didn't say a single word to him, and stalked off.
That's what I would do.
Too. Get out of my face, messy
rude.
boots. I know what you're trying to do. You're not going to get a moment from me.
He's messy boots, and everybody
get your
knows
moment
that.
somewhere else.
And he will. And he will get his moment somewhere else. You know how he is. So all of this aside, there were actually much more interesting things going on inside the hallowed halls of the Met Gala that evening, because the Met Gala 2016 was the site of Bleachella history and also just Swiftian history in general. 2 girls stand before me, but I only have one picture in my hands. Tom and Joe. One of you will be going home.
One of you will be going home. With me!
As lore tells, with me! As lore tells, Taylor did meet Joe Alwyn that night at the Met Gala. But she was
He looks a mess, because, by the way. He looks like a child. He looks like a Lego. I don't get it.
And he was. He's a Lego man. And she took one look at him and said, "You're so gorgeous." Color me surprised.
Well, she was not right in the head. She was also looking at herself in the mirror and saying, "You're so gorgeous." So
she had inhaled the bleach.
Radar was off.
Yep. So she never got a picture with Joe at the Met Gala because he was nobody. So nobody thought to take a picture of her talking to him. So in spite of what she would go on to write about the meeting, she was actually only photographed hanging out with and actively flirting with one man. And his name was Tom Hiddleston. This was the shot heard around the world.
Random man.
Random man. A lot less random than Joe Alwyn, I'll tell you that for free. At least he had
He was
jobs.
in the right place at the right time. That's the only reason why this happened. He's like not even really in her usual type anyway. The only thing he has in common with everyone else is that he's British.
And she was smitten. Now, this was probably the most I had ever seen Taylor flirting with a man who wasn't her boyfriend. So it wasn't just that everybody was talking about because, they were pictured together, Taylor's seen with a man, and now everybody's making up stories in their head because Taylor's obsessed with men or whatever. They were actually all over each other. Tyler, run the tapes. They were all over each other. Everybody saw it.
And the famous video of her dancing with him and sliding away is really iconic because she notices the camera and runs away. Why are you running away from the camera if you're not doing anything wrong?
Mind you, she was still in a relationship with Calvin Harris. Not that we cared.
This is the thing she was doing wrong. We didn't care.
Not that we cared. Not that we cared at all. In these videos, they're dancing together, just kind of like having fun. They get really close. At one point, Taylor even puts her arms around him. I mean, everybody was watching. So what set this off was the Weeknd's set. They always have like an artist who's performing up the gala. And actually one of Taylor's favorite pastimes, dancing when nobody else is. That's what brought her and Tom together.
That's true.
So her and Tom had a conversation about how it's hard to play these kind of gala gigs because people are sitting there eating instead of dancing or singing along. And Tom said, "Hey, if you dance, I will." And Taylor said, "Okay." Okay. So you can kind of
romantic. It is.
Yeah.
That's romantic.
Yeah. No, he did exactly what she wanted a man to do, which was
if you dance, I'll dance. Say yes to heaven, Taylor.
Dancing.
She said yes.
You I did. So she was
did.
really charmed by him. She thought he's so cute and he actually likes to have fun.
Gentleman.
Unlike somebody else we know.
He's not a heathen working until 4 a.m. in the morning, spinning his little plates. No, this man has a real J-O-B job.
So after this happened, rumors began to swirl. But she was still very much publicly with Calvin Harris. And she reminded us of that on May 4th, which was just 2 days after she was seen canoodling and cozying up to Tom Hiddleston. Now, for me personally, seeing my girlfriend losing it to T.I. at the Met Gala with another man would turn me into the Joker. I'm saying it. But hey, it seemed like they were still doing okay, you know, from the outside looking in. Last we heard, it was a magical relationship. So the rumor mill was churning. But at the end of the day, I genuinely thought we were all just like, Taylor likes to dance. He was being goofy, whatever. What's wrong with flirting? Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, I wasn't expecting an imminent departure from the Calvin Nation. I wasn't expecting that.
So that happens, and it just kind of sets off the simmering. In the meantime, we get some serves. So the BMI Awards on the 10th. This is another one of the iconic.
I love this look.
This is one of her best Bleachella looks ever. This is a Monique Luhier gown.
I think she had just topped up the bleach because it's like platinum.
You know, there's times, like, as we're going through all the pictures, you'll notice it. There's times where it seems to be fading and she seems to redo it, which I think is really interesting.
One of those times. She kept it up for a while.
Amazing.
Bleach is a commitment, as we know. You have to maintain it. It's irritating.
Yeah. And it looks amazing. She looks absolutely gorgina.
I
velvet?
love this look.
I love a velvet. I love something about the fabric of velvet. I'm saying it. There's just something romantic and beautiful about it. I think velvet is one of our most underrated. And Taylor doesn't wear it enough, I'll tell you that for free.
Well, yes. Gorgeous choker. The makeup, to me, is the real moment. That frosty pink lip. Oh! No eyeliner as well, or like very limited eyeliner. No cat eye. I love.
I also love the fact that the choker matches the earrings. It's just like so perfect, the details. It's very minimal, but it really gives like a full put together look. And I just love it. It's absolutely gorgina. It's a look. And we got another serve on May 12th in Santa Monica. Hello. She looks like she just killed her husband.
This one's okay to me. I love the hair.
She's wearing, I think it looks great. Turtleneck.
Turtleneck,
almost like it's like a off cheetah print. It's like swirly cheetah print, which is kind of red lip. Cheetah print and red. I'm gonna say it. Maybe it's tacky. I think it's.
Oh, I love it. I love that.
I love.
I don't love the shoes or the bag. That's kind of my issue with this outfit. I hate the shoe.
Oh, period.
Especially.
The bag is kind of like almost off black. Like it's almost like a dark green.
It's got like a rusty chain too. Not my favorite.
It's got a rusted chain. Some of us think it's a gag. Some of us think it's a gag. But on May 16th, just for the purposes of the story, this is kind of irrelevant, but Calvin is in a car accident and he gets hospitalized and he has to cancel an appearance at the Omnia nightclub in Las Vegas. He's all right, but told to rest for a few days.
Little did he know other things would be broken very soon.
No, he was having the worst week of his life and he didn't even know it. So for the very last time on May 20th, Calvin and Taylor are pictured together. Apparently, after he got in his car accident, they went to the Caribbean. That's what was reported, which I found kind of weird. But apparently,
there's no
that's
photo
what
evidence
this
of that
is.
happening. I'm curious.
Well, this is them getting
that.
back from the Caribbean.
Right.
And that's it. That's just what I read. So
she hugged and kissed
this
him
is
goodbye,
the last time. Yep.
And it was over.
That's it. And we didn't know it. We had no idea because it wasn't until June 1st, 2016 that it was officially announced that they were splitting up. So People reports that only about a week after Harris was hospitalized after a car accident, People exclusively confirms that he and Swift's romance had come to an end after 15 months. A source close to the couple told People, quote, there was no drama surrounding the breakup and things just don't work out sometimes. No one cheated. Who said anything about that?
Tree Payne said, we just got to get that one on the record. It's a lie, but I'm actually in the business of telling lies at the moment, so let's tell the lie.
Well, that's her whole job. You have to lie for the sake of the girl.
Yeah.
You have to.
And
you have to take that up with God. You take that up with God because I don't care if she lies. She lies all the time, and I say lie more.
Yeah,
because we need more lies. Sometimes there's too
Taylor
much
Swift.
truth being told.
Liar! She is.
Liar! Now, on June 2nd, this is when, like, things start happening at a rapid pace. It's like every day something happens. June 2nd, People reports Calvin said on multiple occasions that he was intimidated by Taylor, which is why he would not attend any events where she was being honored or any award shows unless he was nominated. The friend explained. Oh, I wonder who said that.
I wonder who said that. We saw him at the iHeartRadio Awards, unfortunately, though. We saw him at the BBMAs, unfortunately. He was present for things, sadly.
We saw him. A source close to Harris, whom insiders confirm ultimately ended the relationship, told People the breakup, quote unquote, wasn't a shock for Taylor because the couple had ongoing issues. They come from very different worlds, the source said. Taylor is used to being treated a certain way. I should say so.
Like a person. God forbid.
She was used to something a little bit different. She was used to something.
She was sunshine. He was sunshine. Actually, no, she was sunshine. He was midnight rain. Let's be honest.
For sure. Now, the source also mentioned the pair's age difference was part of the problem, as Harris is 5 years older than Taylor. Taylor somewhat lacks real-life experience, the source concluded. They will not be getting back together.
This evil source. Who are you?
Yeah, they were coming out with fists swinging. It makes me think it was Calvin in a trench coat.
Oh, yeah. Each of them were leaking to the press at the same time. It was so messy boots because Calvin he's the most messy boots of all her exes. He's the one that wanted to get down and dirty and he wanted his name cleared. And Taylor was like, no, we can't both have our names cleared. You must be smeared.
So then also on June 2nd, Calvin tweets, the only truth here is that a relationship came to an end and what remains is a huge amount of love and respect. And Taylor said, retweet.
The fact that she just retweeted it is so embarrassing for him. I would die. I would pass away actually after this. That's humiliating.
It's especially humiliating because merely less than 2 weeks later on June 15th, it officially breaks that Taylor is dating Tom Hiddleston by way of some undeniable photographic evidence occurring in Watch Hill. They're kissing on the rocks.
These photos are bizarre. They are the weirdest photos in the history of the world. The position that they're in when they're kissing does not look comfortable at all. Tom is wearing an outfit that really should never be worn on the beach. It's unhinged. And do they really think that we believe that the paparazzi weren't called to Watch Hill? The paparazzi don't just hang out in Watch Hill. Girls. Messy!
This was interesting to say the least.
We were interested.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it.
You were like, it's real. It was true.
And I said, good for her. Because we needed to get away from the demon.
I don't even think I knew.
We didn't know why, though. That's the thing. Like, we were just like scheming on vibes. But we were right.
No, also we thought he was too ugly for her. That was the main thing. Everyone was like, he's not hot enough.
Right.
Because what we had in our mind was Harry Styles.
That's who we thought that she should have been with. No, the Halers were definitely cooking in this time. Trust me, they were cooking.
I was busy.
We were busy. I mean, come on. You got that long hair, slick back, et cetera, et cetera.
Some people don't have that.
The relationship wasn't just news to the fans. Calvin did not know Taylor and Tom were together, a Harris source told People. However, a friend added that Harris, quote, has moved on and is happy. Right.
Good luck with booking that stage you speak of. Good luck with that.
Proof of that not being the case is forthcoming, ladies and gentlemen, because immediately after this, all evidence on both Taylor and Calvin's social media accounts of them ever having been together, of which there was a lot,
friendly relations,
deleted. Promptly deleted.
I don't get why people do that.
Was.
It's so weird to do that. Like it just makes a thing. It calls more attention to it. But you know what? One of them did it and it was tit for tat. I bet Taylor removed and Calvin went, oh, well, I'll do it too.
I guess I've never really been in this situation where I've really had a massive falling out with anybody where I was like, I need to get all picture evidence of the fact that we were ever together or ever ex out of everybody's head. So on June 21st, 2016, Taylor takes Grandpa to see Selena Gomez's revival tour in Nashville. This was iconic.
Doing it. She looked
doing it. That red two-piece is so cool. And the little black flats and the little bag. She looks amazing. And he looks like he just got off work. Yeah.
He really does look like he just clocked out of the bank.
He does.
I need to see what he was doing at the revival tour. I need to see that.
Well, you can see it because Abigail was Snapchatting away the whole time, as were fans who could see them in the box. Capturing Tom and Taylor cuddling during, of all songs, Hands to Myself.
Can we not respect the words being said?
I mean, I could, but why would I want to?
Why would I want to?
So Austin was there. Kelsey Ballerini was also there. That was her posse. Grandpa, Austin Swift, and Kelsey Ballerini for the Selena Gomez revival tour. Okay.
Why not?
Meanwhile,
Kelsey Ballerini was getting a lot of charity work this year.
She was. Meanwhile, Calvin was beginning to enter the opening stages of psychosis. And in hindsight, I really have to wonder if Taylor was doing all of this behaviors just to piss him the off. If so, she succeeded.
I would be mad
June 23rd.
Too. I would be fuming.
Well, she's doing behaviors. Mm-hmm. She's doing her
She's
act.
cheated on you. Come on now.
Like
if you didn't think it before, you must be thinking it now.
I support it 100%.
He deserves it.
On June 23rd, he begins his psychosis. He begins to short circuit on social media. On Instagram, he wrote and then promptly deleted a series of replies after, mind you, unfollowing and then refollowing Taylor on Instagram. One of the deleted replies, quote, "She controlled the media and this situation. I had no idea what was going on. So that kind of makes it a lot worse from my perspective." Okay, interesting. She controls the media and the situation. Maybe so.
Maybe so. No, maybe so. You're right. He was cooking. That was the problem.
He was. When a commenter asked if he was sad, he allegedly replied, "I've reached a point of genuine curiosity. I'm not sad at all. I feel amazing right now."
Said by someone who feels amazing right now. Said by someone who clearly feels amazing. You're crashing out on Instagram comments and you're feeling amazing. Okay.
So he claimed he was not sad at all about the split, nor was he jealous. Instead, Harris said he felt free, although a source close to Harris denied that he even wrote the comments.
So who wrote them?
Who wrote them? Who hacked you? Just to say, like, very true-sounding things about Taylor.
My music doesn't come out till it's ready.
On a post asking why he unfollowed and then refollowed her, Calvin said, "I cared too much and then I didn't care at all. I am a real person, remember?"
He's a little girl. She is sensitive. He must have been a real fun guy to, you know what? I bet he's a rage texter. He is a rage texter. Taylor was getting walls and walls and walls of text.
And she didn't like it. I would hate that.
No.
I would absolutely hate that. And it continues because on June 24th, Calvin goes to the gym with his friends, and one of his said friends posts a picture of him posing like a Greek god. I'm sure it's unrelated.
I'm sure he didn't want Taylor to see this rig.
I'm sure it has nothing to do
I'm sure
with
he didn't deliberately
anything.
post with people who are all in worse shape than him so that he looks better. I'm sure that wasn't on purpose.
I'm sure that wasn't on purpose. Not at all.
Well,
meanwhile, as this is happening, as Calvin is unraveling in front of our very eyes, Taylor is introducing Tom to her parents in Nashville.
She's the funniest person in the world. Poor Andrea and Scott, the amount of randos they've had to welcome into their family unit for like 2 weeks at a time. They're stronger than me.
They're stronger than me. Also in Nashville, this is the site of many an iconic picture, but this one is one of my favorite Hiddleswift images. They were enjoying dinner together out on the town in Nashville, and this amazing picture of him like holding her hand very close to him, like against his neck, and she's face deep in an old-fashioned
arm fully extended as though it doesn't belong to her. Iconic. She's
but
already
you
going,
thinking,
who the am I? What am I doing here?
It's amazing. She's looking around like, I don't think this is
like,
right.
Does anyone have a parachute? Can someone pull the emergency stop button? I need a minute.
So immediately after this, somewhere on like the 25th, they flew back to England together so Taylor could meet his family. I want to know where the gas leak was that both of them were suffering from. This was crazy. I thought so then. I think so now. It's been
the way that she dressed
weeks.
up like an English country bumpkin to do this too. It's like, you're psycho. You're psycho. You're like doing costumes. This is character work.
He looks really good though, I must say. I like his look.
He's a handsome man. He's handsome.
He's
we can't deny that.
Very handsome. Now, a Hiddleston family source later told People that Hiddleston's mother, quote, thinks Taylor is the loveliest and was, quote, happy to meet her. The source added, Taylor was almost immediately part of the family. Where have I heard this before? You know what I'm thinking of.
Have you heard this before?
Having flashbacks to another summer. A certain summer.
Many moons
not
ago.
Not that long ago. At this time, it was not that long ago.
Prehistoric Bleachella, some might say.
So, also on this trip to England, they walked on the beach with his mother. This absolutely, I was aghast.
And
I remember
she's wearing
like,
open-toed shoes on a pebble beach.
And she's got on like his sweatshirt, it looks like.
I like that shirt. That sweatshirt, actually. I want it. Looks comfy.
We need to ask Tom, where'd you get it? Did Taylor give it back? So then, days later, on June 27th, they're in Rome. Who
the
are
most
they
romantic
running from?
place to go. I think Rome is more romantic than Paris, to be honest.
Well, I would like to go, and you know this. I have things to do there. I have a to-do list.
Do.
I do. I need to
go.
go.
Discover.
I certainly do. I would like to go do the Hiddleswift tour of Rome.
The private tour of the
Certainly,
Colosseum is such a gag, and I think my white whale is the film photos that Taylor took on this trip. That's my white whale. I need to see behind that lens.
And these pictures were really iconic. I also love from this day in the Colosseum. You'll note she's not really grunging. She looks like 1989.
She's Roman Holiday. She's Roman. Yeah. She's Audrey Hepburning.
Her hair is quite blonde, like normal blonde in this picture, not bleach blonde. She looks cute in her little yellow dress and blue shoes. Absolutely adorable. Perfect for a Roman holiday. She knows when to dress and how to be sometimes. I'm going to say it. Sometimes she nails the assignment. She nails the assignment. So someone who saw them on this private tour of the Colosseum could not stop gushing about it. Quote, the two were very romantic, holding hands throughout their stroll around the Colosseum. They looked very much in love. She was wearing a pretty yellow sundress. It looked almost vintage, Audrey Hepburn style with spaghetti straps. He looked dapper in a white shirt and dark trousers.
There they go.
They kissed when they were inside the Colosseum. It was so romantic.
It was so romantic. It was so romantic.
It's so true. This is like what the lead character in Lena Dunham's new show, Too Much, this is what she would say if she was there and she saw them.
Exactly. Period.
So that same evening,
Tom was
they would go out
in love
to
with her. In all these pictures, he's like in love.
He was obsessed with her, and I'm saying exactly. Why wouldn't you be? And he's
the
never
real
been
subject of Midnight
nice.
Rain to me. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, it's just more fun to think about him when you're listening to that song. It really is, because I don't know. He's just like, this was such a fun like dalliance.
He never did anything
not to
wrong.
Taylor. But
he was just
an
innocent bystander that got caught up in the carnage.
And you know what?
Thank God.
He's always been nice, and thank God. That same evening, after the Colosseum, they would go out to dinner, where more of the most iconic Hiddleswift images would be taken. This picture of him kissing the back of her hand.
Again, echoing the last one.
These were pictures that like made me feel like I was going to die alone. I remember that.
It was so romantic. It really was. Like, it was honestly like these two doomed star-crossed lovers flying around the world together as everyone hates them from the sidelines, because people hated this. People were booing and tomatoing like you wouldn't believe. Not us.
Not us. Not us. Not for 1 second. Even when it was mess, I cheered. Even when she was on the beach.
Because we got the
pictures, didn't we? Now, on their last day in Rome, they took a helicopter trip over the Vatican, St. Peter's Basilica. They were literally just doing every romantic thing you could possibly do in the country of Italy. They were like,
Taylor
let's
was
do whatever
distracting
we want.
herself. She was like, I need to see a wonder of the world to get this out of my head.
Meanwhile, on June 28th, back stateside, the iconic headline of Calvin Harris almost rips car door when asked about Taylor Swift occurs. For the record, he did quite literally nearly crash his car, and he had the door still open. That's what they meant, while trying to escape these questions. And then he had to apologize to the paparazzi after the fact. He was crashing out. Like, in hindsight, nobody can deny.
And Taylor was tomatoing him. She was making it worse every day by doing more and more and more. And it was like, even if you wanted to pretend it didn't exist, you can't get away from it.
You're having the worst crash out of your life, and your ex-girlfriend is throwing tomatoes at you.
With a man that's like so much hotter and more successful than you are. That's pain. That's painful.
That's painful. And it continues. On June 29th, he takes off to Mexico to get on a private yacht. And a photo he posted on Snapchat from the trip was captioned, quote, "I write songs."
Not well.
Foreboding of what's to come, ladies and gentlemen. Very foreboding of what's to come. And that was just June. And now we're getting into July. What do you think Taylor was up to in the first week of July 2016? Take a wild guess.
Tay-America.
Tay-America. Now, the previous year, she spent the 4th of July with Calvin acting the fool. Act the fool, girl.
Friendly
Act
relations.
the fool. I hated that 4th of July, but honestly, July 2016, there was something in the water. There was something really in the water. Who was there, you ask? Blake Lively. Carly Kloss was apparently there. Cara Delevingne, Abigail, Ruby Rose, Haim Sisters, Josh Kushner, Uzo Aduba, Brittany Mack, and Rachel Platten.
Rachel Platten being there sends me to the moon.
Those were the names, ladies and gentlemen.
This was Rent a Crowd. Rent a Crowd.
Uzo Aduba. Ladies and gentlemen.
Had Snakegate happened yet, or was this right before it happened?
This was like 2 weeks before, not even.
Right. So we were careening towards that, but it hadn't happened yet.
We were careening towards that. But none of these people are the interesting part, because this is where yet another iconic set of images was taken. I Heart TS, in the water, on the beach. You know what I'm talking about.
That was another contender for outfits to do for tour. That was another contender. Taylor's bikini also, can I just say, so good. I love.
Yes, a great, simple red bikini. It's almost like lifeguardy. That's what it reminds me of. Kind of Baywatchy.
Very America.
Love it. Yeah, very, very America. Now, he was getting cooked for doing this. He was getting very cooked to the point where he had to defend himself for wearing it. Quote, "The truth is, it was the 4th of July and a public holiday, and we were playing a game, and I slipped and I hurt my back. And I wanted to protect the grays from the sun and said, 'Does anyone have a t-shirt?' And one of her friends said, 'I've got this.' And we all laughed about it. It was a joke." The fact
this
that
is like Erica
about
Jane
this in 2017,
telling the story about the car crash. The car rolled, and then he fell out of the car, and then he went down a cliff. And when they got to the cliff, he was blind, and his ankle was hurt. Like, literally, it's like, too much detail. Too much detail. You just wanted to wear the shirt. That's okay, sweetie. That's okay. I would wear it too.
Nothing wrong with that, especially now we're in the throes of romance.
It's true.
Was it a lie? No.
No.
Additionally, she posted this humiliating couples photo. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively.
The way that Tom Hiddleston is wearing espadrilles has really just given me the ick so bad. Well, thank you.
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. There's a lot to take in with this picture. Ryan Reynolds was actually asked about this picture like multiple times because he looks legitimately miserable. I would be too.
Yeah.
He had to be like, "I wasn't unhappy. I just look like I was." It's okay if you were unhappy.
Yeah, you can say that.
I wouldn't want to be in this picture either. Look at Taylor and Tom as compared to everybody else in the picture.
It just looks so... now I'm like, I see the PR allegations. It looks fake. And like, what is this? Why are you behaving like this? It was real to one person. That's the problem.
So some more pictures from the weekend. I love this picture where she's laying across Gigi Hadid. I think that's Rachel Platten. I couldn't pick her out of a crowd. Ruby Rose and Cara Delevingne's lap. She looks absolutely
yeah, she looks great.
And then we have singing karaoke with Abigail.
Love.
Absolutely. Abigail looks amazing. I love her little short haircut.
Yeah, Abigail's hair is really iconic. She has really great hair.
Now, this is also regrettably the year where she dubbed the party Tay-America. When she had the giant slide, going down it with the American flag and Ruby Rose.
This was too late in 2016 to be doing that. It was too late. The discourse had been going on for too long to be doing this.
And then she acted surprised when people were like,
"Why is the white supremacist
look at yourself
speaking?" Yeah. We don't want to see this.
Humiliating. And this was the final 4th of July party. Makes sense.
And it should. Yep, it should be.
It was an egregious display, honestly. It was atrocious behaviors. It was egregious. I was shocked. I was in tears almost.
I was in tears. I was in tears
almost. This was, I think, the final cry, the final reach for glory from the Taylor who was seeking validation in the form of masquerading as the cool girl in this area. There's nothing cool about this, I assure you. This was
nothing
lame.
cool. Nobody thought it was cool. Actually, no one thought it was cool. Like, it was not an admired event. People really made fun of it, and it felt really out of touch. And again, when people are like, Taylor had nothing to do with the fact that she got canceled. She was doing shit like this in 2016.
And saying "Tame America."
It's off-putting, at the very least.
Nonetheless, she continued her behaviors.
This wasn't off-putting.
She continued her behaviors.
What happened next was not off-putting at all.
Taylor and Tom go to Australia. Who were they running from? We still don't know. But they were running and running and running. Tom was filming Thor Ragnarok in Australia. So that's why they went.
Never heard of it.
Nobody's seen it. I've seen it, and I'm sure many other people have as well. That was probably the best one. Out of all the Thor movies, that was the best one. So I clapped and I cheered. There were a couple of outfits from the trip. This
airport look, please. This is everything to me. I don't know why this is everything to me, but it just is. It's like tweed. The shoe is very like 2012 her, and then the plaid. Like, she just looks so good, and the hair is perfect. The bleach has grown out. The bob has grown out. She's looking.
And then another, when they went out to dinner, she just looks so casual and cute.
She looks normal.
It's nothing. She looks totally
almost no
normal.
makeup.
Just a cute dress. She looks amazing. Absolutely Gorgina. Love it. They had a great time in Australia. So we can kind of ascertain at this point the whole grunge rocker girl thing is officially dead. I wonder if the Met Gala outfit really traumatized her and she was like, I can't do it anymore. I can't rock.
I think it's just not true to who she is. So I think that she didn't really like dressing like that. She looked amazing, but I don't think she felt like herself in it, if that makes sense.
It was like a dress up moment, and everybody has those. You got to play dress up.
She did it again for Reputation.
Mm-hmm. So on July 13th, it finally happens. A bomb goes off, and it's reported by People and TMZ that part of the reason that Taylor and Calvin broke up was because of This Is What You Came For. And a source reveals that Taylor actually wrote that song. Quote, after recording a full demo, they agreed to keep the collaboration on the down low, but Swift was hurt after Harris did an interview and said he couldn't foresee working with his then girlfriend in the future. This is what Calvin had to say. Quote, we haven't even spoken about it. I can't see it happening, though, Harris told Ryan Seacrest while promoting the song. Now, as soon as news broke that Taylor wrote the song, Taylor didn't say a word, but Calvin entered.
So she did speak. She broke the news and then she shut up. She by proxy broke the news and then said and this is where I was like, she was antagonizing him. Not only are you flaunting that you have a new man around the world in his face, now you're coming for his bag.
Mm-hmm. And I'm saying she did the right thing.
Oh, rightfully so.
This was right. So Calvin entered his final phase of psychosis on Twitter.com in response to this being revealed. Here we go, starting at the top. And so he quote tweets the People magazine article that says Taylor wrote the song. And Calvin says, and she sings on it a little bit too. Amazing lyric writer, and she smashed it as usual. I wrote the music, produced the song, arranged it, and cut the vocals, though. And initially, she wanted it kept secret, hence the pseudonym. Hurtful to me at this point that her and her team would go so far out of their way to try and make me look bad at this stage, though, with the thinking emoji. I figure if you're happy in your new relationship, you should focus on that instead of trying to tear your ex-boyfriend down for something to do.
I want a t-shirt with that on it.
It's so good. I know you're off tour and you need someone new to try and bury like Katie, etc., but I'm not that guy. Sorry, I won't allow it. Please focus on the positive aspects of your life because you've earned a great one. God bless everyone. Have a beautiful day. This crash out.
He clocked her, though. Unfortunately, it was a crash out and then he clocked her. What always baffles me is that it was a crash out over a neutral story. The story just said Taylor wrote it, and that's a fact. But I think because he's so sensitive and triggered, he correctly guessed that Taylor leaked this story to PMO. She did it on purpose. She didn't have to do it then at that particular time. She did it on purpose because she was trolling. He probably deserved it. We don't know what he was like behind the scenes. And he took the bait. And he ended up looking crazy. But at the time, Taylor anti-sentiment was building. So this was a huge part of Snakegate, actually, a big part of it.
Honestly, the quote about I know you need someone new to try and bury like Katie.
That did her in. That was because he was there the whole time. He was there the whole time that was going on. So
he would know.
And now we said it.
And now we said it.
And also, if you are happy in your life, why don't you focus on your new relationship? T.
I think it's a fair question, actually. Because she wasn't.
She wasn't.
And we know that. We know that she wasn't. So, a case in point, he seems to be handling this all very, very well, as you can see. On July 14th, the day after, Tom Hiddleston is asked by The Hollywood Reporter if this whole relationship was all for show. When asked if the relationship was real or just a publicity stunt, Hiddleston answered, quote, "The truth is that Taylor Swift and I are together," full name, "and we're very happy. Thanks for asking." Hiddleston
I would
later
die
added,
for you in
"That's the truth.
secret.
It's not a publicity stunt."
Not for you. I believe you.
Not
I
for
believe you when you're
Not
saying it.
for
It is
you.
not a publicity stunt for you. You're right.
Now, the unfortunate thing is that Snakegate happens this exact same week. That's so bad.
Why she disappeared?
She couldn't
Endless
catch
humiliation.
a break. So, on July 17th, Kim decides, I'm going to strike now. She releases the edited version of the recorded phone call she had with Kanye West about the famous lyrics. And then Taylor writes her infamous notes app response. If you guys want all the tea on this, well, we have a whole video on
We
it,
have a
ladies
whole
and gentlemen.
video on it. Go check it out.
We are talking Bleachella. And it's true that Snakegate is a very important part of Bleachella, but we've already gotten into it. So all that you really need to know is that Snakegate happened this exact same week that she was getting quote unquote exposed by Calvin on Twitter and all that's going on. And they're saying your relationship is fake. So she was getting it from all sides. And she was doing Tay America on top of all of that.
And everyone's joining in. Katy Perry's joining
And
in. She's having a
everyone's
word.
joining in.
People
Yep.
have been waiting for this.
To make matters worse, on July 23rd, Kim Kardashian and Calvin Harris were seen hanging out together at Jennifer Lopez's birthday party in Las Vegas.
That's
Jennifer
the most
Lopez.
cursed set of names I've ever
Scene
heard.
of the
Calvin Harris,
crime.
Katy Perry, Jennifer Lopez. That is my nightmare blunt rotation. I would sooner die than hit a blunt with any of them.
That's what I thought when
oh my God,
when
it's the
I got
Bad
this
Music
tidbit.
Club. It's the Bad
Yeah.
Music Party. Woo!
Yes! When I got this quote, I was like, Zach is gonna love this. That's Jennifer Lopez's fucking birthday.
Of course it was. That's where all the bad things happen. J-Lo at the scene of the crime.
The same weekend in his Snapchat story, he posted a clip of him lip syncing to a Schoolboy Q song featuring Kanye West. So I guess we know how he feels. Kind of a shady thing to do to your ex-girlfriend, but he was doing it.
Doing behaviors.
It kind of adds another layer to why she hated him and wouldn't even grace him with breakup songs, because it seemed like he just immediately went for her. Was she doing behaviors? Absolutely. But this isn't on the same playing field to me. Like,
no, it wasn't. And this was like really, you got your lick back. You did it already. You did the set of tweets. Like, leave it alone.
Exactly.
Though she had been shoving a new boyfriend in his face for months at this point. So it's like, you have to kind of be like, well, if it was
I
me,
support her 100%.
I'd be going low. I would be going low.
So on July 27th, in the midst of a literal cancellation and all her friends turning their backs on her and her ex smearing her name all over town, Taylor goes out to dinner with Tom in Santa Monica, and she looks like she's brushing it all right off. She looks
not
fine.
a care in the world.
She looks stunning in a black velvet two-piece. I love this look. It's absolutely
Great
stunning
shoe.
to me. It's
Great shoe.
Simple, eleganza. Just, she looks cute. Just cute. I love this look.
But she's fading away. Bleachella is fading away. She's almost gone
is.
here. You can see it. The bleach is growing out. The bangs are coming back. She's almost dead.
A couple more noticeable Bleachella looks from this interim period in New York City. Keep in mind, in a normal album cycle, this would have been around the time she would have been gearing up to begin teasing a release. So I don't know if we were thinking she's releasing music soon. It's hard for me to remember that because I know what happened.
I think we were all thinking no, because she'd given that GQ review saying the interview saying I want time off. So I think we were all kind of like, yeah, there's nothing coming. She's being weird.
So on August 8th, she goes out in it's kind of like what is the name of that? Overalls. But it's like a dress. And it's like a red tank top underneath. It's summery. It's cute. And she's got like a beachy wave. It's okay.
I like the hair.
I like the hair. The hair looks really cute. And
the
then on August
disgusting.
24th.
I hate this.
I was not expecting you to say that. I'm saying.
Absolutely. I hate lace and I hate neon. Hate everything about that.
Yellow two-piece with kind of like a pink lip. I love the hair. I think she looks really cute. Unfortunately, Todrick was in these pictures. I didn't include him in my notes but he is there in the
Not
background.
good.
You can't see him. I love this look. I think
I
it's
hate
so
the next one too,
1989
and I
coded.
think you like the next one also, right?
I like all of these. I like all
I don't
of
like
them.
this.
So August 31st, it's kind of like similar to the overall
It's a
look, but it's like a
pinafore.
green.
It's a pinafore.
It's what's the word I'm thinking of?
Like a romper?
It's like a pistachio green, pistachio kind of a green, army green maybe, with like a white t-shirt underneath and a choker.
I like the choker.
It's really cute.
I like
her hair. I think she looks really cute. Just like casual. I like it. I like all of these looks.
For you.
Okay. In any event, mid-August. Keep in mind she's still canceled. So everything that happens is happening from a canceled woman. But in mid-August, Tom flies to LA to hang out with Taylor, but they are not photographed. Matter of fact, that Velvet two-piece is the last time they're ever photographed together, because on September 6th, news officially breaks that Hiddleswift is no more.
And no one was surprised.
Yep. People reports that the split was amicable. I bet it was.
Everybody was like, bye. It wasn't. I mean, he was heartbroken. And she said, I gotta go.
He was broken.
It was amicable in the sense that he pines for her still to this day, I believe. Yes.
I think so too. And maybe one day they'll get back together. We don't know. We don't have that information.
Don't say that. The Tavises are going to come get you.
Well,
he was the best one. Other than Travis, he was the best one. Like, he treated her really well. He seemed really to love her a lot. She has not had a bad word to say about him other than you were stupid because you didn't see what was in front of your face. So I think she's forgiven him. I really do think Midnight Rain is about him.
And I think it should be. And if it's not, we don't care. How's that grip you? Yeah. Now, after the breakup news comes out, Taylor holds her heads up high leaving the gym, leading fans to draw the conclusion she was going to release some epic breakup album. No such album would come, ladies and gentlemen.
I would love to see a video of her walking down these stairs, because the way she's so dramatically throwing her head back it's ridiculous and necessary.
We needed to see it.
I bet it looks crazy in motion. But her knowing smirk,
yeah, she really was trying to impart, I'm fine, I'm totally fine. And I think she was, because she was fomenting something that we couldn't have even fathomed. She was fomenting. Yeah. But nonetheless, I remember this picture.
She was in love again.
Well.
We had no idea.
She was in love again.
We had no idea she was still going.
Incidentally, the day right after this picture is taken, quotes from Calvin's October issue of GQ start going around, where Calvin goes into his breakup with Taylor. Quote, "It's very difficult when something I consider so personal plays out very publicly. The aftermath of the relationship was way more heavily publicized than the relationship itself. When we were together, we were very careful for it not to be a media circus. She respected my feelings in that sense. I'm not good at being a celebrity. But when it ended...
She respected my feelings.
All hell broke loose. Now I see that Twitter thing as a result of me succumbing to pressure. It took me a minute to realize that none of that matters. I'm a positive guy. For both of us, it was the wrong situation. It clearly wasn't right, so it ended. But all of the stuff that happened afterwards, ... In June 2017, British GQ published more of what Harris had to say from the interview regarding his now deleted Twitter thread in 2016 about composing This Is What You Came For. It was completely the wrong instinct. I was protecting what I see as my one talent in the world being belittled. It felt like things were piling on top of me, and that was when I snapped. Imagine how Taylor felt.
Yeah,
imagine
you were doing the exact same
Taylor
thing.
Felt.
But I do have a little bit of empathy for him there, because she was dunking on him over and over and over again. So it's like, two people can break at the same time for the same reason and not even know it.
It happened. It definitely happened. And you know what? I clap and I cheer every day that it did.
We needed it. It was the right instinct, Calvin. It was the right instinct.
Now, it's worth it to note that Tom Hiddleston has never been anything but gracious about Taylor, even after the split. In 2017, Hiddleston told GQ, of course it was real. Taylor is an amazing woman. She's generous and kind and lovely, and we had the best time. Amazing. That's what you should say.
You're so right.
In March 2017, Hiddleston pushed back in an interview with The Telegraph when asked if he, quote unquote, regretted the publicity surrounding the relationship. What should I regret in your mind? I would rather not talk about this if that's all right.
Period.
What
it is
what
all
should
right.
he regret? Yeah.
No, it was amazing. They had a great time. They flew around the world. They were in love.
Until they weren't. Why not? I never trust a narcissist. So, unbeknownst to us, Taylor was fomenting a relationship with Joe Alwyn right around this time period. On January 3rd, 2017, we know this from the Lover Journals, because Taylor writes in her journal, quote, "We have been together for 3 months now and no one has found out," indicating that her and Joe started dating in around late September, early October 2016. In real life, during this period, what did we know that she was up to? What were we seeing happen in the lead up to her getting together with Joe Alwyn? Servitude left and right.
Servitude. I love this.
This is
her
1989.
Hair looks so good
perfect.
Here.
It's so perfect.
Perfect. The makeup is great. Why doesn't she dress like this anymore? I don't get it. It's so simple. It's so easy.
It's amazing. I love it. September 9th.
Sailor. And out of context, this is an insane outfit, but it's iconic.
I love the boot. I love the little shorts, her little sailor top. I cheered.
Only people in the world that can wear a boot like that and look good. That high.
It's because she's tall. It's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair. September 14th.
Yep.
Literally back to back to back serves as she is fomenting.
I love her in
Joe
Wayfarer
Alwyn
sunglasses. They're just just such a classic fit for her face.
Mm-hmm. I love the stripes. I love this dress. I wish I had that dress. September 16th.
I don't like this.
Purple
skirt. That's just because I don't like the colors. It's not my favorite.
Well, these are autumnal colors, my friend. So this is a plum, and then we got our dark orange, deep blue. I mean, come on, orange, purple. I'm cheering. I'm
letting you cheer. Yeah, enjoy.
Now, September 27th, she goes out with Cara Delevingne. Now, this is the day before. Do you remember? The 28th night of September.
She's kind of giving major face here.
Yes, she is. Not much to say about this outfit. It's just like a trench and like a black mini dress. It's the final look before everything changes, perhaps. September 28th, here we see her. Bleachella is officially dead. The hair has grown out. She's never going to put any more bleach in that thing. She's in like a really casual outfit, plaid.
It's giving
skinny jeans.
I'm going to disappear.
Yep. R.I.P. sister. That's what this picture on the 28th of September represents to me. Bleachella is officially over.
I would like to let it be known that I have those shoes.
Let it be known.
Letting it be
known.
Let
it be known.
Me and Taylor,
so
the same.
What's interesting to me about all this is that Joe and Taylor are not officially outed as a couple until May of 2017, which is insane.
They got time.
Yeah.
And Taylor was doing stuff.
About. Yeah.
She did the Super Saturday Night thing. Also at the beginning of 2017, I Don't Want to Live Forever comes out. Like, she's still around.
Mm-hmm. By that time, Bleachella felt like just a weird blip that she wanted people to forget about. She was like, that didn't happen. Not on my watch. Bleachella, to me, represents Taylor's messiest side coming out into the forefront, kind of like in the face of tumultuous times in her life. Frankly, we saw Bleachella once more in the summer of 2023. She just didn't bleach her hair because she knew better. But Bleachella is remembered by the fans as a time when Taylor truly strayed the farthest from her carefully curated public image. I mean, that's all there is to it. It was just a different time.
She was acting like not herself. And I think it gave us some excellent fashion experimentations. It's interesting that when she let the mask slip a little bit and she stopped trying to really control her public image, she actually ended up looking really good. It just, I don't know, it was the spontaneity element of it all, that I'm willing to try anything, yielded some really exciting results instead of thinking I need to wear a clock around my neck and do a bird's nest hair and a Schiaparelli gown.
I think the Easter egging has really ruined some of her fashion.
Yeah, she never just wears stuff to wear stuff anymore. I mean, we've got Chiefs season coming up soon. So I was going to say I'm hopeful that it's going to be better, but in the last 2 or 3 years, it's only gotten worse. The label mania, it's not. And do you notice how none of this is label mania? Everything that we're talking about, she might be wearing a label, but there's no logos.
It really does make a difference. And people say, what does it matter? But it's quiet luxury as opposed to loud luxury. And I really think there's a big
and also
difference.
She said here, I don't wear a lot of high-priced items. What I would want to make as a fashion brand would be something that is accessible. I don't know where that switch got flipped. And she was like, now all of a sudden I need everyone to know that I am a billionaire and I need to have everything with a logo on it. And it's Travis's LV obsession that has triggered this, I'm telling you.
I think so too. I mean, you saw it in the video. You saw
You're
it in his
too
little
classy
video.
for
LV,
this,
LV,
Taylor.
LV.
You're too classy.
LV. Now,
for all
how
the
is
brands,
Bleachella
too.
remembered by Taylor? Not well, because she refers to it as one of her worst times in dress, we all know. But damningly of all, in an interview with Elle, Swift admits that she now regrets that particular color change. Well, listing the lessons that she's learned in her 29 years, Swift said, if you don't look back at pictures of some of your old looks and cringe, you're doing it wrong. See Bleachella. Now, why would you say that?
Little did she know she was about to wear some of the ugliest outfits known to man. Way uglier than anything she wore in Bleachella. Let's look at her.
That.
That's who we cringe.
Love her.
Old looks
now,
and cringe.
Taylor, yeah. Whether Taylor looks back with fondness or not, I do. I say viva la Bleachella. That's all there is to it. I loved Bleachella.
What a time. And I think also very timely to discuss Bleachella before Life of a Showgirl, because this was her being a showgirl. She was on display.
Truly. She was on display, and on display. And I clapped and I cheered the entire time. At the time that it was happening, I don't think I was cheering, I'll be honest with you. But in hindsight,
we were crying. We were saying, where is she? Where is she?
Snakegate, Calvin, everybody coming out of the woodwork, everybody abandoning her. I mean, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. What do you want me to say? Getaway car says it all.
But we stuck through it. We stuck by her side through it, and not many can say the same. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, patreon.com/swiftologist to support this independent journalistic endeavor.
It is.
And we'll see you in the next episode.